Paper Lilies, hi. You're an atheist. I didn't know. I guess I should have watched more of your videos, or at least different ones. I have to admit I was surprised by the content of your video. I was going to say the tone, but you always were sharp-witted. When I saw your Easter art contest, I went to a wise friend of mine and talked to her about it. Upon hearing of your accent, this person told me that a lot of people in Europe are very down on the church because the church has hurt them. And if that's true, if the church has hurt you, I wanted to tell you I'm very sorry to hear that. I don't know that much about what's going on in Europe these days. I took history. I know about the Inquisition, but the societal norms and the trends I'm not too familiar with. I had heard that the birth rate for most of Europe at least has been declining, Western Europe, except for the Muslim population. I guess that religious people have more children than people who are atheists by choice. Speaking of children, that's actually why I am making this video, why I decided to do it. I got an email Wednesday morning that told me about a youth group that's affiliated with the Christian denomination to which I belong. They were in California. They were at an outing at the beach, and one of the children followed a dog who had run into the surf, and a strong undertow just pulled the child right out into the ocean, and a chain reaction happened as adult after adult went after the child, and then the adults that got in trouble. One of the youth leaders drowned, and then his daughter, who was in her early 20s, just passed away on Wednesday morning when they sent the email. 3 other adults were actually treated for hypothermic shock and released. I have to admit, the thought of some of these early teens and teens getting online, going to social networking sites, perhaps YouTube, to talk to their friends, to be with their friends online at this time, and then seeing your contest on the most discussed list boards or the most watched boards, I cringed at the thought of the hope that they have in seeing their loved ones again treated that way, and that image that you portrayed of the resurrection being suggested to them at this time. And I wanted to shield them from being hurt. And then I thought, the more I thought about it, they're going to be fine. I was fine at their age. It really did get me thinking about when I was their age and my own youth leaders and teachers and how they were. They admonished us and exhorted us, and they chastised us verbally at times, but never in a scathing way, always in love. And I knew, always knew, at the core of my being that they loved me and wanted the best for me. And after hearing about this, it just suddenly hit me. I suddenly realized that they would have died for me, like this youth leader and his daughter died for this child, trying to save them. It seems that a lot of atheists on YouTube, I don't know necessarily about you, but a lot of the atheists on YouTube seem to have this idea of religious people being I don't know, threatened, browbeaten, frightened by everlasting torment into church, into being in church. But at least in my experience, and I know in a lot of others that I know, it's different. They all of my friends who are still living, or the vast majority of us who were in that class with those youth leaders and those teachers, we're still in church. And if we have children, our children are in church. And this is because of the warmth and the kindness and the love that we received, that we were just soaked in as we grew up. And I'm sorry if a lot of other people haven't had that experience. But so many atheists on YouTube seem to have this misconception about what controls religious people. And so I've seen a lot of atheists using those tactics that they imagine keep religious people in church, and it's lost on us. Warmth, kindness, and love? Or ranting, vitriol, and ridicule? There's really no contest.